Hello everyone, it's your friend Rick. It is March, listen to me. It's May 18th, 2017. If you need to contact me, it's rick0327 at me.com. Alright, what you see here are my affidavits, and I have more affidavits, but I have, these are PDFs from the internet, really good information, stuff that'll definitely enlighten you. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of piggybacking on my man Amin Osiris' video today because, there are people out there you got to be careful with that will rob you. Okay? And listen, it's not in my nature to do that. I'm an honest guy. Okay? People that dealt with me know I'm very honest. And I know Amin Osiris is honest because that man helped me out. And, I get people giving me donations, and I offered him, a donation. He wouldn't take my money. He's just proud that I'm like a disciple of his, I'm a protege of his, and he offers to help me if I need it. So, he's video today, and by the way, I've had people reach out to me who got ripped off by the same guy. All right, and it's sad because I was in your shoes before, guys, because I looked high and low on the internet, YouTube, the internet, everywhere, for somebody to help me because I wanted so badly to hand what I had off to somebody because I was doing my own work, and I would try to go to a lawyer, and they just weren't having it. They didn't want to know about the fake support order. They didn't want to know that you're not supposed to pay child support after the age of majority. They don't want to know that if you're divorced, you're not supposed to be in. Well, this is in New York, and in your area as well. I mean, it's when you get divorced, it's in a trial court, okay, and that's the distinction between these courts, the circuit courts, the superior court. Any court that you're in for child support is not a trial court because they don't conduct trials. That also means if you're not in a trial court, they're not allowed to issue money judgments. So that's how they're playing games with. That's why they call it a support order. Support order is nothing more than a money judgment, but under the Constitution and also in your state, under the Seventh Amendment of the Bill of Rights, any controversy of $20 or more, you're required to have a trial by jury. It's guaranteed. New York State Bill of Rights, Article 1, Section 2, trial by jury. And it says shall remain inviolate as guaranteed by the Constitution. So right then and there, you're guaranteed a trial by jury for any controversy of $20 or more. Now, everybody every month is not paying. Everybody that I'm dealing with, they're getting hammered, destroyed. I know I was getting hammered and destroyed, and it's this fraud. And I grew frustrated fighting these people. It didn't matter what I put in there, I was wrong. They were going to just dismiss. I would bring up all these points, and they would ignore it. And onward, I would have to go on my fight. It wasn't until I learned, I started threatening these people in my paperwork. I started making headway, and I found the writ of quo warranto, and I found a couple of case laws that shows that if somebody working in a court is acting without any jurisdiction, they could be sued. See, you and I don't have when we raise in court, and everybody that's listening to this video, when you go into these courts and you mention the Constitution, they roll their eyes. They look at you. They look at you like like you don't know the Constitution because you didn't go to law school. You didn't go to 3 years of a pass-fail college for law. All right, I went to college, guys. Right, I'm a couple of credits shy of my degree. I stopped going to college because of this nonsense came along. It's hard to pay tuition when they're stealing, $3,600 a month from me, nearly $3,700 a month. Anyway, it's not that hard. You just go to college, you do your work, you study, you do what you have to do. It's really not that difficult. I took a business law class, and my professor was a lawyer, and he was a decent guy. And he stopped practicing law. He became a professor. And I was there when he became a full-time professor. He was, because I went to college at 40 years old, I was older than some of my professors. And so, also being a retired police officer, they gave me a lot of respect. So, it was, and plus I was happy to be there. So I wasn't treated like a typical student. And he told me, this is from him, so this is not me stating this. This is me telling you what was told to me. You know what he said? College for law school is nothing but pass fail. You hook up with a group of responsible students who study regularly. With these study groups, you do your work, you study, and every semester you're gonna pass. There's no midterms. There's no term papers. There's no essays or whatever. No reading assignments. They treat you like an adult. Here's the work. You got to study, and at the end of the semester, you're gonna have to pass fail. Okay. So anyway, the Constitution, when they roll their eyes, it just shows you that we don't have any constitutional rights when we're in there. Okay, but the point I was getting to, I go on my rants. Now, it happened to me when I tried to sue. And the first thing they did, I tried to sue 3 state employees, and right away they given the 11th Amendment immunity, where you can't sue a state employee because they have qualified immunity. Anyway, there are some case laws out there that say you can by the Supreme Court. There's one Ex parte Young, and there's another one Shoya versus Rhodes. So I cited Shoya versus Rhodes against the judge because he dismissed my paperwork, said it was without merit. And it's hard, I know my paperwork's not without merit because I'm citing the Court of Appeals of the state of New York that's saying that the man who I'm filing the paperwork with has no jurisdiction. And then he's dismissing my paperwork. And then I filed the writ of quo warranto. That's the video where I'm in the courtroom with the judge, and the rest is history. All right? From that day on, my life changed. Okay? But all I'm doing here with you guys, and what you see here on the video, on my affidavits, I'm giving you my playbook. But the point of my video was I started out showing you I'm not a scam artist. There's only, me and I'm an Osiris are legit. If I leave anybody out, that's, whatever. Don't read into it how you want to. This guy that he was talking about charged $250 to somebody that reached out to me just to talk to him. Just to talk to him. Okay? I don't even charge $250. And I have 33 affidavits, and this is 50 right here. 50 PDFs that are going to educate you, teach you what you need to know. Okay? 33 affidavits that I have. And I'll show you. Here's the demand to vacate. Right? Look at that. I go into everything. All right? Look at that. Very thorough. 26 pages. Then, when they dismiss that, we have the objection, writ of quo warranto. What I did was, I don't put the writ of quo warranto here. I'm hiding it. I want them I want the cretins, the clerks, to accept the paperwork. I don't want them playing games with us anymore. They play games when they see writ quo warranto. So we sneak it in there. So I put it in the body of the paperwork. Okay? And then the objection here, I point out that objection, child support enforcement is voluntary for the state, which proves that which proves that it is an enforceable law and intended for recoupment of welfare. Thanks for showing me this. I was just messing with this. I just did play with this before I got on here, so I must have. Which proves that it is not an enforceable law. Okay, so let me fix this real fast. All right, because we know that it's recoupment for welfare benefits. Okay, then I have my affidavit, notice to the court to set aside or void judgment. Okay, and you can hand this. You're going to submit this with the motion to vacate or demand to vacate. Okay, good stuff here. I'm very thorough in my paperwork. Okay, sometimes they're a little long-winded, but the reason why I do that is because I box these people in. Okay, this is for the lawyer that refuses, that's playing games with the interrogatories. Okay, so I have affidavits for almost every situation. I have, and that's the reason why they grow. I started out with about 7 or 8 affidavits when I first started this. And look at me now, I'm up to 33, and my price is pretty much the same. I don't ask for a lot of money. I can tell you this, I'm cheaper than $250 to talk to some con man, okay? League of Dads. It's sad, you know, I mean, because I know you guys are short of money. That's another reason why I don't ask for a lot of money, okay? And even, you know, I just not comfortable doing that. And this is, I've helped a lot of people out, you know, like payment plans, you know, this pay, I promise you, Rick, what I get, and listen, everybody is a man. Every person that I've helped out, they gave, I told you in my video, I had one con man, you know, that piece of shit, who I gave in so many updates to this clown, and then he tells PayPal that I never gave him the paperwork. You know, but again, I'm dealing with some shady people on YouTube. Okay. Another one. This is another refusal to comply with the last one I just showed you is for the child support agency, and this is for the lawyer. Okay. So what I do here is I point out, you know, it's fraud, misrepresentation. I point out that, you know, you guys use interrogatories, and it's in your Chapter 7 of advocacy skills for child support enforcement. So they're telling their attorneys to use interrogatories, but when we're going to try and use it to gather proof of a debt, they're playing games. You know, like this clown in Indiana. Here's a good one. This one I'm really proud of because it's the validation of debt. Okay, validation of debt is codified under 31 U.S.C. 3720, Declaration of Rights guaranteed by. All right, so what I did here is I said default for this validation of debt is defined as failure to respond within 30 days, with evidence of a debt recorded with the county clerk's office in the county where proceedings were held. Default as failure to provide proof of an income withholding order authorized by the secretary, as failure to provide proof of a court-ordered money judgment issued by a trial court, as failure to provide proof showing this title for the collection agency is the creditor. That's another thing that they don't, that is forgotten. The child support agency is not the creditor. They're nothing but a collection agency. They're the baby mama, your ex-wife, whoever. What they did, and it's illegal, they assigned their support rights. You can't do that. You can't say that I'm owed money, but I'm going to let you, but I know you owe, you owe the money. It's illegal. They're a third-party debt collector. That's another part of this scam. Okay? And, this gives you an idea. And I just cleaned this up today a little bit. All right, validation of the Title 4A debt. Demand proof of the undertaking. Okay, this is going to the child support agency. Declaration of status. We're letting the court know our status. That we have rights. That any state law or any statute or act that deprives me of my guarantees in the Constitution is unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment. Okay, so, we'll get a response from an agency. Well, the child support law says we don't have to have a trial by jury. I said, I don't give a shit what the law says. The Constitution says I'm entitled to a trial. So that just tells you right then and there it's unlawful. All right, driving for people who have their driver's license. What you do with this, you take this to the Supreme Court, and you file for a request for judicial intervention. This is for the guys out there who have their driver's license suspended, need their driver's license. Okay. Employer interrogatories. Child support agency interrogatories. Instructions for the affidavits. I can't tell you how many times I send the paperwork and guys get overwhelmed when they see all of this. I don't know, like, dude, slow down. Just read the instructions. And you know what happens? I don't hear from them anymore. That tells me the instructions are working. A couple of guys out there I had to, set straight, politely, of course. Dude, some of them just because I don't know what it is. Maybe they're lazy, I don't know. Dude, I told one guy, dude, read the fucking instructions, please. Stop being lazy. Okay? Stop being lazy. I have nothing better to do. I answer enough emails all day. Okay? Read the instructions. You'll learn something, too. I also encourage, when you get the paperwork, read the affidavits. You're going to learn just by reading them. Besides, having all of these, you're going to learn from having these. Read the affidavits. They will teach you. I had one guy, my man Governor, sent me an email, and it looks like he boxed them in using my paperwork and also his own work, because he's a beast. He boxed them in. He proved that the divorce judgment is fucked up. They may have to redo the whole damn thing. Okay? And the judge said, well, what did he say? Well, he didn't ask me to whatever. The courts are supposed to remedy it if they see something wrong. It's called under sua sponte, on its own accord or something like that. The court's accord. So the court is allowed to issue an order on its own motion without, me or you telling them, because it's in the interest of justice or in the interest of a remedy. Okay, so if a child is in imminent harm, the judge may issue an order without being asked by the petitioner or the respondent in the matter to do the right thing, issuing an order. Well, that just showed me with his case. I told him, I go, you got them by the balls right now, because if the judge did that, that means you got them. Okay? Claim of status in a divorce. If you're going through a divorce, you send this to the judge telling, a lot of these people get caught up in divorces. The court has no jurisdiction to tell you when you can visit your child, even how much you got to pay. That's all, it's become acceptable But you tell the court what you're going to do, not the other way around. And that's the reason why they have these stipulation agreements when you get divorced. People out there who have been divorced know this, because they know they can't order you to do it, so they con you into agreeing to it. All right, so listen, I pretty much showed you most of everything. Basically, what I'm showing you guys is that there are people out there that are legit, and I'm one of them. Okay, and I'm an Osiris. Okay, I've never received an email from anybody complaining about him or his paperwork. I've received about it from other people. Okay, but there are people out there helping you guys. But I wanted to give you guys a visual aid to see what you're getting. If some of you guys are on the fence, okay, about reaching out to me to make a donation, I can't tell you on the internet what I ask, just because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, I don't know who's watching me. But I accept donations, and I forward you the hard my work. Not work, my passion to help people. All right, so listen, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope to hear from some of you guys.